Alright, so around 9 months ago, BFB finally came to an end after a 3.5-year long run with the episode chapter complete. It had a very positive reception with rarely anyone talking shit about it. The most notable person who criticized the finale was the creator of generic object battle, That Lie Guy. When I first watched it out when it came out, I loved it. I found the story to be engaging and all the characters to be marvelous. But however, around last month, I asked myself a question. Is the finale actually any good? I've been keeping it in my brain for a good month and a half now, and I really needed to get it all out, so here I am, being an absolute wasteman, rambling about a show that isn't my demographic. But anyways, treat yourself to your favourite snack and drink of choice, lie down in your sea of choice, and watch as we take a look at the finale of Battle For BFDI, 9 months late. And by the time this video drops, it would be 10.
Kicking the fool down on the ground, or maybe fuck a dumbass punk until his head spins round.
Now, one of the things that makes this episode stand out is that it's the longest episode of BFDI to date, and an astounding 43 minutes and 12 seconds, which is basically 48% of Shrek. But what about the actual plot? It's not very good. Let's start with the fact that there are way too many plot lines I need to be following. We first have 4 going to be alone, then we have the voting, then we have Purpleface stealing the BFDI, then we have 4 escaping from his own mind and moving away from the others, then we have the having objects and X tracking 4 down, then the BFDI subplot ended, but then we have another subplot where Profiler wants to become parties for 4, and then Gelatin snaps at 4.
I get it, whatever, I moved on, so why won't you?
Come back to him and I'll fuck you up! Come back to him now, and I'll fuck you up!
He apologized for everything he'd done in the last 3 years, then we have a party, and then Fiery and Leafy hunting down for Dream Island, and then the end. What I just said was actually present in the finale. That was like, what, 10 very major plot lines? And I could have sworn I missed a couple. Now you see the issue, and because of that, the pacing goes very quickly to fit all of these plot lines, and as such, other problems like random cuts of scenes are oh so very present. You might think that although the assembling of the plots are subpar at best, what about the content in them? They're just around the same quality as the assembling. I didn't care for any of them. While there were some moments that got me intrigued, such as Gelatin snapping at 4,
Come back to him and I'll fuck you up!
and a reference to Teapot, around 95% of it I didn't care, and the fact that it's 43 minutes long really makes these grueling for me. Now we move on to the characters, and it's even worse.
The fingers on the trigger, a simple situation. I am your nightmare, man.
The characters in the finale are quite hard to take account to, but let's start positive. Every character got a part in this episode, as whether something as major as Gelatins or as minor as Spongies, and for what it's worth, some of the characters are really damn good. Obviously, we have Spongy Balloony, both of them my top 3, but there's also Profile, Gelatin, Loser, and X. However, the other characters range from subpar as Blocky to awful like Teardrop. Flower is just a B-Tech Leafy, and that character's no better, and oddly enough, I barely remember Fiery. Woody was the same mediocre self, and Announcer was decent, but it doesn't feel like Announcer for some reason. And the others are just either dumb, but not in a funny way, or boring. But by far, the worst of them, hands down, was 4, and it is the worst case of character derailment I've seen so far. 4 started out as a menacing, cruel host, but still has some compassion in him, to a literal 4-year-old child in the finale, crying over because people find him mean. Whilst he definitely did get some development at the end, the majority of the episode was just him acting like a complete bitch. One final character I want to talk about here is Taco, and it's just her usual terrible self. Acting like a hypocrite for saying how irrational everyone is for the BFDI, yet also acting rational of herself, and just genuinely being annoying and a pain to watch. I just want to point that out. Let's ride along to the animation.
My Uncle Stuart will chew you up and spit you out. You're gonna know what pain is all about.
Now, what I can say wholeheartedly is that the animation is really damn good. Yeah, sure, it still feels like regular old BFB, but you could tell the animators put that all into the finale, and there was no sign of tiresome and decrease in quality throughout, even for a 43-minute episode. And that ending scene where Fiery and Leafy sailing to find Dream Island was just gorgeous to look at. Overall, the animation's amazing and easily the best part of the episode. let's jump into what I think of the episode, shall we?
1, 2, 3, take it from me. See, you're thinking you're a stud. Well, I'm gonna make you shit yourself.
I find the finale to be very poor. Whilst there were some good things about it, this suffers from bad plot structure, characters being a mixed bag, bad pacing, and the fact that it's over 40 minutes long makes it even more of a pain to watch. I do think that the team is capable of making long episodes. With just less plotlines, more natural pacing, and better characterizations, I would have found it great, hell, maybe amazing. Flower being more of a nice character sounds good, but they just went overboard with it and made her way too nice. Regardless, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. A very disappointing finale.
Cause it's a lesson to remember if you mess with me. I'll make it clear. I'll tell my mother, my father, and my teacher about it, bitch!
Whilst this review was a scorching take, I can respect the team for trying. This was the very first proper finale in over 9 years after all, so whilst I don't like the finale, I can respect the team for trying to make something big and something grand. I also understand that a lot of people really do like this finale, and if you're one of those people, good for you. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Good night, folks.